So I've never actually made an Xbox One tricks and tips video. I've made so many videos on my second channel though, and I wanted to kind of compile some of my favorite Xbox One, One S, One X tricks and tips that you can use not only on the Xbox One but the Xbox Series X and X, but I'll talk about those in a separate video in 2021. Now I'll go ahead and leave these all down below as well probably, but if not, the very first thing that I love doing on my Xbox that I talk about a lot on my second channel is playing my Xbox games and even using the full console on my Android or iOS device. Now, this is a fairly new one. There have been workarounds back in the day, but Microsoft actually pushed out an update on the Xbox app just like 6-7 months ago, allowing us to actually play these games from our device completely for free through the cloud. So this is exactly how to do it. First off, you want to go ahead and make sure you have Wi-Fi in your area. That's pretty much a given. You want to go onto your Xbox One. You want to click on Settings. You want to click on Devices and Connections. And you want to make sure that those remote features options are enabled. So there should be a little remote features tab. You want to go ahead and click on that and make sure that's enabled. Now, all you have to do here is go back to your iPhone or Android device and you want to download the Xbox app. Now, this is a very easy app to download. You just go to the App Store and just type in, Xbox, and it should be the same one that I have on my display. It's the same thing for Android as well. Now, what you want to do here is you want to go ahead and open up that specific app and it'll go ahead and prompt you to log in. You basically want to log into the same exact gamer tag, the same exact email as you used on your original Xbox that you want to connect to. Now, this is very important. If you use a different email, it may not work properly, so keep that in mind. Now, once you go ahead and log in, you want to go ahead and click on the top right of your specific app and you'll see this little Xbox with like signals emitting from it. All you want to do is click on that specific little option and it's going to either prompt you to connect to an Xbox. So this is where you're kind of on your own for a little bit. You need to go ahead and connect your specific Xbox to this specific device. Now, what's helped me out in the past is actually clicking on the third tab down on the bottom, and you can go ahead and actually connect your Xbox via Wi-Fi or something like that. And it's a very easy process. You just kind of have to follow the prompts, and as long as you're by your Xbox and you have it, turned on and everything, you should be good to go for the most part. So once you go ahead and do that and you have your Xbox connected, all you have to do is basically click on that little option again, and you want to click on the remote play option. And essentially what's going to happen is that your Xbox will pretty much just come onto the display on your Android or iPhone device, and from here you can go ahead and connect a controller to your iPhone and pretty much play your games and do whatever you would normally do on your Xbox straight onto your device itself. And it's a very easy process. As you guys can see, it just took a couple minutes of me explaining this. Now, I will tell you, sometimes it may kick you out. It may not be perfect every single time, but me personally, it's worked perfectly fine. There has been some issues on my iPhones. For some reason, it's so much better on my Android, but that is pretty much how you can play your Xbox games on your Android or iOS device super easily. Now, the next thing I want to go ahead and show you, another one of my favorite tricks, is that using kind of the same method, you can go ahead and use your iPhone or Android device as a controller to your specific Xbox. Now, this is really, really awesome. I love doing it. So we pretty much have to use the same method as before. So we have to go back into our Xbox. If you're watching this later on or whatever, you want to make sure you have the remote play connections enabled on your Xbox. So go into your settings, devices and connections, remote features. You should probably already have them enabled. Now you want to go into your iPhone or Android and again, download that specific Xbox app. And again, all you want to do is open it back up and you want to sign in with the same credentials as we just did. So if you're watching this later on, again, sign into the same credentials as you want to on your Xbox that you're trying to control. So once you have that all figured out, all you have to do is essentially open up the Xbox app, which you probably should already have it opened. You want to click on the top corner where it shows an Xbox kind of emitting some signals, and you want to click on that, and you want to click on either connect to an Xbox and then follow the prompts to connect your specific Xbox to that specific device. It may take you a second, so you can pause the video and come back here, but once that's done, you want to click back on that specific Xbox emitting, signal little icon, and you want to click on Xbox remote or remote connector remote, whatever it says, remote control, and you just want to click on that, and you will pretty much see your remote control on your Xbox coming up on your iPhone or Android device. Now, this is actually pretty funny. It's cool, but I will tell you, I don't think you can play any games with it. It's pretty, bare bones of what you can do with it, but let's say you lost your controller and you just need to go through your Xbox real quick, this is a really easy way to go ahead and actually get some functionality from your Xbox without necessarily having the controller with you. So that's another really awesome thing that I always recommend people to do. Now the third thing, a little trick that a lot of you may not even know, is actually how to fully turn off your Xbox controller without using a console. So this thing is actually really easy to do. I've demonstrated it on my second channel quite a bit. All you have to do is pretty much go on your Xbox controller itself, and without taking out the battery or anything like that, all you essentially have to do is double tap the little Xbox home button on the front of your controller. So you want to double tap it, but on that second tap, so when you click once and then you let go and you click twice the second time, you want to hold down that specific button. Once you hold it down for a little bit, it should probably take around 10 to 15 seconds, you will pretty much see that your Xbox controller will pretty much just power down itself. Now this is a really awesome thing and it's super convenient for a lot of people. So that's another huge thing that you can do that can really gain some benefit for you, especially if you're somebody whose controller is always dying or whatever. You can pretty much, get some more life from your controller just by going through it with this way. So that's how you fully turn off your Xbox One controller. And the next thing I'll show you is how to go ahead and get a custom gamer pick on your Xbox One. So in order to do this, what you want to do is once your Xbox is powered on, you want to click the Xbox button, which is the home button right in the middle of your controller. You want to scroll over until you get into your profile section. Then what you want to do is you want to click on the gamer tag option that you have. You want to select the My Profile option. You'll get into this next page, and all you have to do here is select Customize Profile. Now, you will have to go ahead and have, a profile picture downloaded either on a USB drive or whatever the case is on your hard drive. This is fairly the easiest thing you can do. It's not that hard. And at this point, all you have to do is find that specific image that you took, and you just want to change that picture to that one, click the save option, and then you're set. You have just pretty much changed your gamer pick for your gamer tag in your profile, and now anybody who conversates with you or chats with you, this is the picture they will pretty much see. So that's how you go ahead and change your gamer pick on your Xbox One. Now the next thing I'll show you is how to screen record on your Xbox One. Some of you may actually not know how to do this. Now unless you're using a third-party accessory or you're using a Windows 10 PC, this specific method on screen recording is the easiest way to do it without having to buy anything, but it also has the most limitations. So you're going to have to make sure that you're in a game. If you're not in a game, it's not really going to work out that well. You're not going to be able to do it. But what you want to do is you want to go ahead, once you're in game, you want to click on the Xbox button that's on your controller. It's this, home button. I'm sure you already know about it. You'll see a few different options, but what you want to do here is you want to click on the View Controller little button on your controller. So it looks like the two squares next to each other. It's to the left, I think, of the Xbox home button. And once you click on that, you'll see a couple different options, but you'll see the option called Record Now. So you want to click Record Now, and it'll essentially go ahead and record everything that you do inside of the game, but it only records up to 10 minutes. And if it's 720p, I think it's, 5 minutes. So it's not the highest of quality, especially if you're, doing the 10-minute option, but it gets the job done. And for a lot of people out there, it may be good enough for you to go ahead and just use, for the time being, just to upload somewhere later until you can go and get, an accessory that can, help you film a little bit higher. But that's essentially another humongous thing that you can do that I've seen all the time. I've done it a couple times on my PS4 and my Xbox Ones to get some in-game footage for, videos. So something I do, and I'm sure you guys can get some benefit out of it too. Now, finally, the last little thing I'll go ahead and tell you guys, the last little trick is how to go ahead and connect a keyboard or a mouse on your Xbox One. Now, there's two things you guys kind of have to know about this. First of all, you can't use a Bluetooth keyboard on your Xbox One, at least natively, without using a USB dongle. So if you have, a Magic Keyboard or a keyboard from any other, manufacturer, and you're trying to connect it to your specific Xbox One, if it's not a wired keyboard, it is not going to work out as you guys are expecting. You're going to need a Bluetooth dongle in order to actually go ahead and utilize it. Now, let's say you do have a wired keyboard or a wired mouse, those older type of, accessories. All you really need to do is grab that keyboard and grab that mouse and plug it into the back of your Xbox One. I'm sure you could also plug it into the front of the Xbox One. I'm not 100% too sure, but I would recommend plugging it into your Xbox One either on the back USBs or the front USBs, and that's essentially all you have to do. And all you have to do is wait until you can input something inside of your Xbox One, and that's it. That's pretty much how you go ahead and do it. Now, there is, alternatives. If you have a keyboard that does have a Bluetooth dongle, then you essentially just have to plug in that Bluetooth dongle to the back of the Xbox One and then plug it in, connect your Xbox and then connect your keyboard to that dongle, and it should end up working fine. But again, if you have a wired mouse or a wired keyboard, it's essentially an easier way to fix it. So that's pretty much how to do it. If you guys have any other tricks or tips that you guys want to see me talk about, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys can hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my other channels. More importantly, everything else. I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.